For 3 years, Janet did everything the personal finance world told her to do. She downloaded the budgeting app, she color-coded her spending categories. She tracked every coffee and every taxi ride and every grocery receipt. She sat down every Sunday night and reviewed her numbers and felt either guilty or bored, and usually both. And after 3 years of doing all of that correctly, after 3 years of the spreadsheet and the categories and the Sunday night ritual, she had saved less than $4,000. Not because the budget was wrong, because the budget was the wrong tool entirely. So she deleted it. She deleted the app and she closed the spreadsheet and she built a completely different system. A system with almost no moving parts. A system she never had to think about. And in the first 12 months of that new system, she saved more than she had in the previous 3 years combined. Today, we are going to look at exactly what that system is. Why budgeting quietly fails most people even when they do it right. And how a simpler approach, one built around 3 automatic steps, builds more wealth with less stress than any spreadsheet ever will. Stay with me, because if you have ever felt guilty for abandoning a budget, this video is going to reframe everything you thought you knew about how money actually works. Let us start with the honest problem that nobody in the personal finance space wants to say out loud. Budgeting is exhausting. Not because people are lazy, because budgets are built on the wrong foundation. A traditional budget works by looking backward. You track what you spent last month and you feel bad about it and you try to spend less this month. Then you track what you spent this month and you feel bad about that too. And the cycle repeats. The budget becomes a monthly record of your failures rather than a tool that moves you forward. There is also the complexity problem. A detailed budget has somewhere between 15 and 30 categories depending on whose template you use. Groceries, dining out, transport, utilities, entertainment, personal care, clothing, subscriptions, gifts, healthcare. Each category requires tracking and each category can fail independently, and when enough categories fail in the same month, the whole system collapses and most people abandon it entirely. Research on habit formation is very clear on this. The more steps a habit requires, the more points of failure it has. A budget with 20 categories has 20 opportunities per month to fall apart. And when it falls apart, the emotional response is not neutral, it is shame. And shame is one of the most reliable predictors of avoidance. People do not fix the budget when it fails. They stop looking at it. This is not a discipline problem. This is a design problem. The budget was designed for a world where people had the time and the energy and the emotional bandwidth to track every transaction. Most people do not live in that world. And the gap between how the tool was designed and how real life actually works is exactly where the money disappears. Janet was not failing at budgeting because she lacked willpower. She was failing because she was using a complex reactive tool in a fast-moving life, and the tool was never going to win that competition. The moment she understood this was the moment she stopped blaming herself and started looking for a better design. The replacement for the budget is not the absence of a system. It is a simpler system, one built on a single number and 3 automatic steps. And it starts with what we call the freedom number. The freedom number is not your income and it is not your current spending. It is the minimum monthly amount at which your actual life, the life you genuinely value, is fully funded. Not the aspirational version. Not the keeping up version. The real version. The version that, if you had it covered every month, you would feel genuinely settled. Here is how Janet calculated hers. She sat down with 1 month of bank statements and she went through every single expense. Not to feel guilty about it. Just to categorize each one with a simple question. Does this genuinely make my life better, or did it just happen? Rent, yes. Food, yes. The gym she actually used, yes. The streaming service she watched every evening, yes. The premium app upgrade she never opened, no. The 3 times she ordered food because she was too tired to cook. Complicated, but yes. The impulse online purchase that arrived and felt immediately underwhelming, no. After going through the whole month, she had 2 numbers. The total of everything she spent, and the total of everything that had actually contributed to her well-being. The gap between those 2 numbers was where her money had been going. Not to joy, not to comfort, just to noise. Janet's freedom number turned out to be $2,200 per month. That was the cost of her real life, the one she actually wanted. She had been spending $3,400. The $1,200 gap between those 2 numbers was not being spent on anything she could point to. It was just gone, absorbed by friction and habit and small decisions made without awareness. The freedom number is powerful because it gives your spending a destination. Without a defined enough point, spending naturally expands to fill whatever income is available. Not because you are irresponsible, because expansion is what spending does when there is no boundary. The freedom number is the boundary. And once you know it, you stop spending past it, not through willpower but through clarity. Take 15 minutes this week and calculate yours. Go through 1 month of statements. Ask of each expense, does this genuinely make my life better? Add up the ones that do. That total is your freedom number. Write it down. It is the most important number in your financial life, and most people have never calculated it. Once you have your freedom number, the entire system becomes 3 steps. And these 3 steps replace every category and every tracking exercise and every Sunday night guilt session that the budget was demanding of you. Step 1 is pay yourself first. On payday, before anything else moves, an automatic transfer sends a fixed amount directly into a separate investment account. Not a savings account you can easily access. A proper investment account holding a single low-cost index fund. This transfer happens automatically. Janet never sees the money sitting in her main account available to spend. It is gone before the week begins. This is the most important step in the entire system, and it works because it removes the decision from the moment of temptation. You cannot spend what you never see. And when the investment happens first, not last, not from whatever is left over at the end of the month, it becomes the one financial commitment that never gets canceled because life got expensive. For Janet, the automatic investment was $400 per month. Not a dramatic number, but $400 per month invested consistently in a broad market index fund, earning the historical average of 10% per year, becomes over $800,000 over 30 years. Not from a high salary, not from stock picking, from one automatic transfer that she set up once and never changed. Step 2 is pay your fixed obligations. Rent, utilities, insurance, any fixed monthly commitments that are non-negotiable. These get paid next, either automatically or as soon as the salary arrives. They are not a choice each month. They are a structural commitment, and they go out before anything else touches the remaining balance. Step 3 is the one that changes everything psychologically. Whatever is left after the investment and the fixed obligations, Sade spends guilt-free. Completely guilt-free. No tracking. No categories. No end-of-month review. If it is in the account, it is available, and she does not need to justify a single purchase. This is the part that surprises people. The system sounds like it gives you less control. It actually gives you more, because the control is front-loaded. The investment is protected at the start. The obligations are covered. And what remains is genuinely available. Not theoretically available with 17 asterisks attached. actually available. And spending it requires no guilt because it was never meant for anything else. Janet described the psychological shift this way. With a budget, she spent the whole month feeling like she was doing something wrong. With the three-step system, she spent the month feeling like she had already won, because she had. The investment was already done. The obligations were already covered. And what was left was hers to live on without apology. The system works because it is designed around human psychology rather than against it. It does not require daily discipline. It does not require tracking. It does not require remembering to transfer or save or invest. Everything important happens automatically. What remains is a guilt-free spending pool that sits within the boundaries of the freedom number. Not because Janet is forcing herself to stay within it, but because that is all that is left after the system has done its work. Now let us look at what this system actually produced for Janet in her first year, because the numbers tell the story better than anything else. In year one of the three-step system, Sade automatically invested $400 every month. She did not miss a single month because she never made the decision to invest. The decision had already been made by the automation. Total invested in 12 months. $4,800. Because her spending was operating within her freedom number rather than expanding freely, she naturally retained an additional $260 per month on average compared to the year before. Some months more, some months less. But the structure of the system meant there was always a natural ceiling on the spending side even without tracking it. By the end of the first year, she had invested $4,800. She had an additional $3,100 in her account from the natural reduction in unconscious spending. And her investment account had grown slightly beyond the contributions due to market returns. Total financial position improvement compared to the previous year. Just over $8,000. The previous year with the full budget she had saved less than $4,000. The year with the simple three-step system and no budget she saved more than double. Not because she earned more. Because the system was designed to work with human behavior rather than demand behavior that humans are not naturally built to sustain. The compounding story is even more interesting. Janet is 31 years old. If she maintains that $400 automatic investment for 30 years at the historical market average, her investment account will hold over $800,000 at age 61. Not from a high income, not from complex investing. From one automatic decision she made on a Tuesday afternoon and never revisited. That is the quiet wealth path. Not loud, not complex, not requiring daily attention. Just a simple system running in the background while life happens in the foreground. So here is the full picture of what we covered today. Budgeting fails most people not because they lack discipline, but because it is a backward-looking complex tool that creates more friction than it removes. Every category is a point of failure. Every failure triggers shame, and shame triggers avoidance. The budget becomes the thing people feel guilty about not doing rather than the tool that builds their wealth. The replacement is simpler and more powerful. Calculate your freedom number, the minimum monthly cost of your real life. Then build a three-step system. Pay yourself first automatically into a low-cost index fund. Pay your fixed obligations. Spend the rest completely guilt-free with no tracking required. The control is front-loaded. The investment is protected. The spending that remains is genuinely available. And the whole system runs without your daily involvement, which means it runs during the good months and the hard months and the busy months and the exhausting months. It runs all the time because it does not need you to remember to do it. Wealth built quietly like this does not announce itself. It does not show up in your lifestyle or your conversations or your social media. It grows in the background while you live your life in the foreground. And 10 years from now, when you open the account and see what the compounding has produced, you will understand why the quiet path was always the right one. Start today. Not with a new budget. With one calculation. Sit down with last month's bank statement and find your freedom number. Write it down. Then set up one automatic transfer on your next payday, even if it is only $100, and let the system begin. The size of the first step does not matter. The consistency of the system is everything. If this approach resonates with you, share it with one person who has been struggling with a budget they cannot seem to stick to. Because sometimes the most helpful thing you can do for someone is tell them that the tool is the problem, not them. I will see you in the next one.